In this new video, we are going to learn about relative clauses. But what is a clause? A clause is a piece of a sentence which makes sense by itself. But now, what is a relative clause? A relative clause tells you more about a noun. It defines it, that it will be a defining relative clause, or it explains more about it, that it will be non-defining relative clause. Here we have in the number 1 non-defining relative clauses. In the first step we can see that it gives extra information. In the second one it says that the sentence means the same without it. And in the third one it uses commas. And in the fourth one it doesn't use the word that. In the second one we have defining relative clauses. In the first step we have that it gives necessary information. In the second one the sentence has different meaning without it. In the third one it doesn't use commas. And in the fourth one it uses the word that. In the non-defining relative clause we have the words that we can use like who, which, and where. And in the defining relative clause there are some words that we can use, like who, which, and that. In the non-defining relative clause it gives extra information about something, and in the defining relative clause it tells you which noun we are talking about, and the noun in this clause is very important. Here I have some examples of non-defining relative clause. In the first sentence it says the leatherback sea turtle, which lives in the Pacific Ocean, eats jellyfish. Here we are talking about a specific kind of turtle, and the relative clause goes between commas, that it says which lives in the Pacific Ocean. If we take out that part of the sentence and we read it like the leatherback sea turtle eats jellyfish, it can stand by itself if we don't say this part of the sentence, and it doesn't lose the meaning of the sentence. But in the second one, the defining relative clause, it says the turtle which or that lives in the Pacific Ocean eats jellyfish. If we take out this part, the turtle eats jellyfish, it is not really saying what kind of turtle, because this word is an indefinite noun. The part of the sentence that we have in here, it doesn't go between commas like in the first one. And in the defining relative clause it means something different if we take out this part of the sentence. Now we are going to see another example of how can we use the non-defining and defining relative clause. Here we have another example of non-defining relative clause. The sentence says Friends, which was made 18 years ago, is a great TV program. The relative clause goes between commas. If we take out this part of the sentence, it says Friends is a great TV program, and it can stand by itself. But in the defining relative clause, the sentence says the TV program which or that I like the most is called Friends. If we take out this part of the sentence, it says the TV program is called Friends. But what with that? So we need this part of the sentence to make it clear that is the TV program that you like the most. So when there are two or more sentences and we want to join them or give more information about the something that we are talking about, we use relative clauses.